Hello you guys, welcome back to my YouTube. It has been a long time since I did a vlog, but I thought that this week would be the perfect time to bring you guys along. We have had a really rough week here in Nashville. We had an ice storm come through the city. A lot of the South was affected by this storm, and there were thousands and thousands of people who lost power. We were out of power here at our house for about 7 days, and we just got it back this morning. We are so happy to have power and heat and hot water back. It feels so good to be back in our home, but it was a really rough week just being displaced. The temperatures were freezing cold, so the house got really cold and we just weren't able to be here in the home. I also got really sick right when the storm started, so this entire week of not being at home, I've also been fighting a sinus infection and whatever else is going on in my body. I feel like I'm finally starting to recover a little bit, but I still sound very stuffy, but I'm definitely feeling better today. It also just helps that we're back in our home and we can just be in our own space and just get back to a little bit of a sense of normal. I'm someone who loves routine and loves taking care of my body whenever I can. So this week I'm gonna be doing a whole reset. The house is like clean because I cleaned it right before the power went out and we weren't here using it, so it's not like the house really got dirty, but I do have a ton of laundry that I need to catch up on. We were also kind of walking around in here when we came to check on the house throughout the week with our shoes on. It was too cold to take our shoes off, so we were just walking around with our shoes on, so I definitely need to clean all of the floors. We did also lose a bunch of food in our fridge and freezer, so I want to restock our fridge and freezer, do some meal prep, and then obviously take care of my body internally, just get back to eating healthy whole foods that are nourishing and help me get back to full health. So I wanted to bring you guys along and just show you how we're getting back to routine and implementing the things that help me feel better and help me feel healthiest and my best. I'm also really excited to work out again because with being sick, I just haven't had the energy to even do a workout like outside of the home. So I'm excited to get back to the gym and even just like ease back in with some home workouts. So this vlog is just gonna be a little reset of basically my life and getting back to feeling normal and being back at home again. Good morning, you guys. Happy Monday. I am feeling so happy to be home. I feel like I'm going to be saying that for weeks to come. We were only out of the house or without power and heat for about 7 days, but it is crazy how much you can miss routine and just being in your own space. And I'm just so thankful to even be doing little tasks like cleaning out the dishwasher, laundry, just getting some things done. This past week just really put into perspective how lucky I am, how fortunate I am, and I'm so blessed to have a safe, warm, cozy home that I love to be in. And yeah, I'm just so thankful to be home. We slept so good last night in our own bed. It was actually warm in here, and just feeling very grateful and happy today. Still feeling a little bit stuffy. I am feeling a lot better than I was a few days ago, but still just working out the lingering parts of this cold or whatever this sickness is. Today is just gonna be kind of a day of getting back into routine and back on track. The main things that I wanna get done today are restocking the fridge. I spent some time doing some meal planning and wrote out a grocery list. We kind of need to restock everything because we haven't been here for a week and we also lost a lot of our food, so need to get to the grocery store and restock on some of those things. I also just want to get back into meal prep. Thankfully it's Monday, my typical meal prep day, but I really just want to focus on healthy, nourishing foods because my body just needs it so bad. So it's gonna feel so good to get some things prepped. I want to make some juice. There's also a family that I was able to connect with here in Nashville who is still without power. They've been without power for 8 days days now, and they don't expect to get it back for another week, which is insane. We were so fortunate to have people help us out this week when we were displaced from our home, and I just want to be able to return the favor. So I am doing something really small and just going to be taking them a hot meal so that they can share that together as a family. The last thing I'm going to do before I go is switch some laundry. I'm still catching up from everything this past week, still have a few loads to do, so I'm going to do that before I go and then grab my grocery bags and get to the store. Obsessed with all these bright colors, and this natural sunlight coming in right now is so beautiful. My main focus today was making juice because I just feel like my body needs it, and I feel so good every time I make fresh juice. So I made a batch of my wellness shots. These, I just take one of them every single morning. My husband takes them as well, so that's why I made a large batch, because we both take at least one, sometimes two a day. I also made some ABC juice. This has apples, beets, and carrots. Beets are really good for blood flow, which my hands and feet are always so cold in the winter because circulation is just a little slower because I'm always cold. I have some cilantro and green onions. I like adding those to my meals just as a topper for extra flavor. I rinsed and prepped some kale. I'm gonna be making some green juice. I was gonna prep some green juice bags today, but I just didn't get around to it, and I need to leave in 10 minutes. So I just went ahead and prepped the kale and have these ready to go so that I can just add them to the juicer. I always like to do blueberries in my yogurt bowls, so I made sure to wash these so they're ready to go and I can just add them in. And then I'm doing some turkey and rice bowls for our lunches this week. I didn't get around to making the turkey either, but I went ahead and prepped the veggies for these bowls. Just some peppers and onions. And then I made a batch of my oven rice. This is one of my favorite kitchen hacks. You've probably seen it on my Instagram or TikTok, but this is so simple for meal prep. I just had it in the oven while I was prepping other stuff, and then it comes out like this and it's good to go. Okay, I really need to finish these last couple meals. The pot roast is done. I need to mash up these potatoes because I need to get on the road in like 7 minutes now, but I wanted to make sure this meal was hot so that I can give it to them and they can take it home to their family and eat right away, because they don't have anywhere to cook or heat things up because they're still without power. So I need to mash up these potatoes, and then the pot roast in here is done as well, so I just need to let the pressure out of that. And then I have the veggies in here. They are just cooking away, and I'm just leaving them in there to get a little bit softer and just stay hot until the very last second. Good morning, you guys. I'm getting ready to go to the gym for my first workout in like 2 weeks, and I finally have a little bit of energy to get back to the gym. I'm not really feeling like working out, but I do feel like I'm in a funk, and I think the only solution is to just move my body, even if it's just in a gentle way. So we're gonna go to the gym and get a workout in. I had a very low moment, I think out of pure boredom, when we were just sitting around trying to figure out what to do last week when our power was out. But I got really bored, and I thought very seriously about chopping my hair. Not just like this, but like up here. I've never done that in my life. Actually, I think I did it maybe in 3rd grade. It was a low point of the week, but we're back in our right mind. I will not be chopping my hair. However, these ends are absolutely horrible. For the longest time, I've been getting it trimmed just like absolute bare minimum, and then because I've had like some shorter pieces for bangs, we kind of always go like down like this, so I feel like everything is just super uneven. I kind of want to do just like a blunt cut so that it's straight across and can kind of grow at the same length. Regardless, these ends need to go. They're so terrible, but for today I'm gonna be putting it up in my low bun because I need to get this workout done so that I can cross it off my list and just feel a little bit better. Okay, I really love sauces with every single meal that I eat, but I am trying to cut back a little bit, not dieting, but typically the sauces that I use are pretty high calorie, pretty high fat, and most times mayo based just because I think they taste the best. But I'm going with some sriracha today because I have a little bit of like creaminess from the avocado on here, and sriracha is gonna be the spice for me today. I love spicy food. This looks so good. It's rice, ground turkey, and then I just put some avocado, green onions, cilantro, and sriracha on top. I think I'm also gonna add some kimchi just for something fermented. Feeling so much more like myself. Still have a tiny bit of congestion. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I think I'm at the tail end of whatever this sickness was. And it's just a good day. I'm so happy to be home. This week was just so good, getting back into routine. It wasn't perfect. I didn't work out every day. I was still kind of recovering from this sickness, but just being able to be at home and get things back in order, I'm just feeling so good. Also, the sun is shining today and we haven't seen the sun in like 5 days, so it's giving me life. I just spent the last couple hours doing my Sunday reset. I know it's called a Sunday reset, but I usually pick one day throughout the weekend, either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, to do my weekly reset of the house. And it's different every week because sometimes I want to just rest and do nothing on Sundays. Sometimes Saturdays work better, or sometimes Fridays work better. This week is a little different because I need to work a full day tomorrow because things have been out of sorts just from the ice storm and being out of the house. So I'm kind of playing catch up, and I just wanted to get the house reset and feeling good. One of the main things I did today was clean all of the floors. I used my wet dry vac from Bissell and I absolutely love it. So the house is reset, the floors are clean. I also feel like I had a really good week of just balanced, nourishing meals. I feel like what I ate was so good for my body, and I just feel like I'm getting back on track. And sometimes I feel like a funk can happen, especially in the winter time. It happens to me every single year, multiple times in the winter. And sometimes it just takes a couple days of really focusing in on routine and just doing what makes you feel good, and you will get right back on track. And that is what this week was for me. I feel so much better, and hopefully this was motivating to just take some time for yourself. If you're feeling out of sorts, just take some time to do the things that make you feel good, and I promise it will help. Thank you guys for watching. It feels so good to be back into these vlogs. I want to do more of these, so if there's anything specific that you guys want to see, more meal prep videos, more of my fitness routines, anything specific, just let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Okay, I know I already did my outro for this video and kind of wrapped it up, but we just got back from dinner tonight and there was a package on the front door. I also don't know what's happening with my voice right now, but the Salty Face self tanner got delivered and I am so happy, and this is just the best way to end the vlog and end this week with a self tanning session because the winter uglies are strong right now. So I'm gonna hop in the shower, do some exfoliating, and then I'm gonna do a little self tan session. And then Jesse and I are starting a new season of one of our favorite shows, so we're just gonna relax on the couch for the evening, and that is the end of my reset week. Thank you guys so much for watching.